Hi there, I'm Lori, and I'm here to welcome you to your mini workbook process for neurodiverse couples. This workbook is called 25 Questions to Help You Understand Your Brain and Your Partner's Brain. And I created this little workbook process for neurodiverse couples, especially for couples who have mixed neurotype relationships. That means that you and your partner have a different neurotype, such as perhaps you have autism and your partner has ADHD, or maybe you're neurotypical and your partner has ADHD, or you're neurotypical and your partner is autistic, or any other number of combinations that we might come up with. When you're in a mixed neurotype relationship, it is particularly important that you have a good understanding of your brain and what makes it unique, and that you also have a good understanding of your partner's brain and what makes it unique. When you have that foundation of self-understanding and compassion for your partner, it really goes a long ways to helping the two of you work together to come up with effective solutions, and also to accept things about each other that you can't change, and even to appreciate some of the things that can be challenging for your relationship at times. I created this little workbook because I know that there's just not enough out there for relationships like yours. And I wanted to give you an easy to use tool that would give you a lot of bang for your investment. So something that you wouldn't have to spend a lot of time on, and you could still see good benefits from it. And I came up with these questions based on conversations that I've had with lots of neurodiverse couples within my private practice as a therapist, and also couples I've worked with in my online weekend workshop for neurodiverse couples. And there are some themes that I've heard just come up over and over again, and sometimes I've witnessed where couples suddenly have these aha moments where something about the other person finally makes sense, or something about their relationship finally makes sense when they can put together a piece of understanding about brains and how your brains work and what's challenging and what comes easily for you. So I hope that these questions will be a good starting place for you, or a good continuing place for you, that will spark some further insight and understanding, and also spark some new pathways for conversation between the two of you. So to use this tool, all you need to do is find a time and a place that's not distracting, where you can give some intentional thought to the questions in front of you. And for each of these questions, you're going to put it on a scale of 1 to 5. 1 being not at all like me, and 5 being always or pretty much always like me. And so for each question, you'll just go through and you'll pick the rating scale that best fits. I want to encourage you not to spend too much time contemplating your answers for each question. Just go with your first instinct, or with what most readily comes to mind. Or if you want to, you can even skip the question and come back to it later after you've had some more time to process it. You don't have to get everything right or get it precise. This is really just a place to get started with thinking about your brain and helping you have some language to talk to your partner about your brain, and vice versa, right? So it's not an assessment that's going to give you a diagnosis. There's no right or wrong answers. This is just a way to start priming your thinking about how does my brain work, and how can I help my partner understand that. So after you've completed your own answers, it's time to invite your partner to complete the worksheet as well. Give them a fresh copy and let them go through and do the same thing that you did. Now, if you have a partner that's not ready to really explore a neurodiversity framework for your relationship, or for whatever set of reasons this little exercise just isn't something that they're willing to do or feel able to do, what you can do instead is go through the questions a second time, answering them as if you were your partner. Now, this isn't going to be precise, of course. You're probably going to make some inaccurate guesses, but even just trying to guess what would my partner say about their brain based on what I've witnessed or based on things I've heard them describe over the course of our relationship, it still will give you a little bit of insight potentially and something to kind of look at to sort of compare your brains and how they work. Once you've got those two sets of responses, then it's time to look at the open-ended reflection prompts at the very end of your workbook. Those are just 3 little questions to help you start to integrate what you've reflected on and what your partner has reflected on, and to start taking a step forward in terms of what you've how this might serve your relationship, or what next steps you and your partner might want to take in terms of your conversations that you have with each other. Now, to the extent that you're comfortable doing this, I really encourage you and your partner to share all your answers with each other. And again, do that in a time and place where you can focus, and make sure you both enter into that with really respectful attitudes, where you're going to be able to just say thank you for sharing with one another, and have some discussion from there. You don't want to argue with your partner about how they see their brain and how it works. You don't want to tell them that you know their brain better than you do, right? Because first of all, you don't. And second of all, that's not going to be a great place to start conversation from. You really want to start the conversation from a place of respect and a place of trust that your partner knows their brain better than you do, and you want to learn from them and be curious about the insights that they have to share with you. So good job downloading this tool. Good job giving some time to watch this video. And I wish you well from here. Get started on this as soon as possible. Do it while you've got some momentum and some energy around it, and then see where it takes you from there. I hope it's a helpful place to spend a little bit of thought and time with yourself and with your partner. Take care.